Oh, God.
Well, we're live. We just made it. My mom and I are having a lot of fun getting this show on the road today. So I'm Steve Garfield from stevegarfield.com. We got my mom in the background ready to go for our show. She called me telling me that the show's going live in 10 minutes. You know what's happening, and I
didn't know we were
forgot about it, but she's talking right now, so I might as well bring her in. Hello, Millie.
I don't see you, Steve.
What do you mean you don't see me?
I don't see you. I don't see me.
Well, we're just going to have to go with it because it's all working fine for the audience.
4:33 p.m.
Ma, can you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, let's do the show without you seeing it. Ready?
No, you have to go up to your computer.
Oh, my.
All right, you know what? I'm going to do something right now. I'm going to bring Carol in, and she's going to talk to you while I fix your computer.
Oh, good.
Ma. Hello? Ma, hold on, okay?
Oh, good.
And now, here's Carol.
Okay. Oh, now I see me.
Okay, I'm here, Millie. So Steve's going to go upstairs.
Is it working?
All right. Oh, good.
What?
Meantime,
You
maybe
don't see
I'll
us,
find
right? You don't see us, right? Go upstairs.
I see you now, Carol. Yes.
Oh, you can see me now. Okay.
I'm trying to find the question.
Okay. All right, Steve's going to come back then.
Maybe you should host the show, Carol.
I have the magic.
Well, thank you, Carol, for all your help on the show. That was just wonderful. So we're back, and my mother is busy right now with something else. So I will introduce what we're going to talk about. My friend Jan Zlotnick has written a book, and it's called 23 Things I Wish I Could Ask My Mom and Dad Today. So my mom, Millie Garfield, thought that this would be a good thing for us to discuss and talk about things. And she was going to come prepared with one of the questions today, and she's looking for it.
Yeah, I as soon as I saw this question, I said, hey, I've got a good idea. But I want to give you the exact question.
Everyone get a drink and take a drink at home and just take a moment to
I'm surprised. I didn't
consider
know
how.
do this. I didn't know we were doing this.
Well, yes, you did, because it's scheduled for 4:30. You're the one that told me we're doing the show, right?
Well, I told you the next time we do it, I want to talk about this. But I didn't know the next time was going to be today.
Yes, you did. I told you yesterday.
Well, your mother's getting older. She doesn't remember.
I understand.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to do it. I'll improvise. What am I going to do? But this is a story I want to tell.
Okay, well, Ma, we have a comment from the author of the book, Jan Zlotnick, and says, this is more real than ever. Well, this is exactly what it is. And he also says, love you, Millie. It will come to you.
Well, I know what I want to talk about. I just don't know the name of the show. But,
well, you know what? Maybe Jan, he wrote the book. He can tell you what the question is.
All right, good. All right.
Why don't you ask Jan what it is you want to talk about?
All right. As we go along, he'll find the question. All right. What I'm thinking about was when Steve was in high school, he had the opportunity to take a music class, learn an instrument, and he came home and told us about it. And I said, oh, what a great idea, because he was not musically inclined. He wasn't interested in music. And I was insisting that he take it. I didn't push him for many things, but I wanted him to take an instrument, any instrument. They were paying for it. I wanted him to discover music. Okay, so, finally he said, okay, Ma, I'll sign up for something. Good. I was very happy. So what does he do? He signs up for drums. Well, drums. I wasn't happy to begin with. He's going to sign up for drums. Okay. But I pushed and he gave it some thought. He knew his mother wanted him to take advantage of this. So he selected the drums. He comes home with the drums and he's practicing and he's making a lot of noise. God, I was sorry I had pushed him to take an instrument. So finally, he stopped taking the lessons, and I was just as happy. But in retrospect, when I think about it, he did a good thing. He handled it well because he knew his mother was serious about it. He'd take advantage of this situation and learn an instrument, but he was not interested. So he took something that appealed to him a little, probably. So he took drums. So I'm thinking about it today, and I'm thinking he handled that very well because his mother wanted him to do something. He really was not interested, but he compromised and said, okay, if she wants it, I'll try it. So that was a good way for him to have handled that. And thank God he didn't like the drums. I didn't like the drums. And that was the end of that.
That's hilarious.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. And they sent me home with 2 drumsticks.
Uh-huh.
And then they did not send me home with drums. They sent me home with something called the drum pad, which was a wooden block with a rubber pad on it.
Uh-huh.
And you would practice the beats on the pad.
Ah.
And that was not making enough noise for me. So I flipped it upside down and made the drums on the wood part. So it was louder. So you probably didn't like that. But the thing I didn't like about the drums, a lot of times with education and training, people don't explain the overall thing that they're teaching you. They just started teaching me how to make a beat, but they didn't explain to me that the drums are the beat of the song and this is the rhythm. And it's different than a guitar or a trumpet where that's playing the music. The drums are kind of the behind part that's keeping the beat. And well, they didn't spend that time to explain that to me. So I felt that I wasn't making music.
Okay.
I just didn't like it because it was just like beating 2 sticks on wood. To me, it was not enjoyable. So I just, forget it. That was my side of that.
Okay. All right. And I was glad you didn't pursue it, but they made a mistake. They didn't explain the difference between
the theory of music and how the drums fit into making music. Now I get it. But okay. Jan has a comment, and now he's the author of this book that we're discussing, and he said, I love this story, Millie, and the question, Mom, what do you remember about just you and me? What do you think of that? That's a question from the book, Ma.
Oh, that was the question I answered that the first time we did it.
Oh, we did? Well, this could fit that too.
That's the one when we went to Boston and all those people were talking and not to each other. They were on the
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we did that one.
Well, thanks, Jan. That question could fit a lot of things, couldn't it, Ma?
Oh, yeah. So there's another answer really for the first question.
Right.
There is a question in there that inspired me to do this one.
Do you have the book with you?
Yeah.
Let's see. Maybe you could hold it up to show people. Yeah. Now, why don't you just open it to a random page and read a question? Let's try that.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is a deep question. Was there a thing I said that hurt you and stayed with you? And then down the bottom is, I'm really sorry, Dad. Was there a thing I said that You're saying that, Steve? Was there a thing I said that hurt you and stayed with you?
Yeah, I'm saying that to you.
Okay. Or was there something that you said to me that
Hurt you?
hurt me? I don't have an answer for that question. I can't imagine that one. No,
Yeah,
you.
we don't have any bad feelings or bad memories of. I had a very loving childhood, and there's no bad feelings. So the answer to that question is no. We do not remember anything.
No. The only
Okay,
thing.
I could add, it's not you, Millie, but Aaron,
Yes.
that Steve never forgets because he tells me it all the time, that Aaron didn't like him chewing gum.
Oh
And
yeah.
that stuck with him.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah, but Carol, it's what did I say that hurt my mother?
But I think she answered the opposite to you. So what did you say to Steve? Anything ever you said to Steve that
No,
you
well-
wished you didn't?
well,
We
no,
could talk about the chewing gum story if
All
you
right.
want. That's
something that I said to Steve that hurt his feelings. There's another interpretation to that I've been thinking about. There's something that I did not say to Steve that disturbed him. And I think about that one sometimes. And that's the case where,
Can you just tilt your screen down a little?
okay, how's that?
Yep. Okay, good.
But my lighting is not so great. But anyway, there's something that
That's my mom.
okay, this was something that happened when Steve, maybe it was nursery school. He was going to nursery school because he's an only child and there weren't kids to play with. And so I was looking for a way to get this kid involved with other children. And so I sent him to nursery school when he was a kid. And he was not happy. I think he cried when the woman came to pick him up. He cried because he had to leave his house, he had to leave his mother, and go into this car with this strange person. And I never explained to him that he's going to a school where he's going to be with other children and they're going to play games and sing songs and he'll enjoy it. So I didn't understand or appreciate the fact that that would have helped him understand what was happening. And the funny thing is, the same thing happened. Then it comes Thanksgiving time, and so there was no school Thanksgiving. He didn't have to go. And then they restarted school, and she came again to take him to school. And I still hadn't told him, hey, kid, you're going to a place that's fun. You're going to be with other kids. They're going to give you a gift to take home. Every time they gave him a little something. And I still had not told him how to understand and accept the fact that that I was letting him go.
Well, this because the vacation happened and I forgot and I got used to being home again. So
That's right.
It was all like the first time again. And
that's right.
You're right to remember this is a bad experience because this was a horrible experience for me. And I remember this from being in nursery school very clearly. I was screaming and crying and I didn't even know where I was going.
Right.
Nowadays, they take the kids to orientation and they show them what the place is going to be like and they meet the teacher.
Right.
And it's all shown to the child so they know what to expect.
Right.
In this case, you're throwing me into a wagon in the back seat.
Yeah, right.
The little child it was pretty traumatic. I got over it though, Ma. I forgive you, okay?
Okay.
It's okay.
All right. But that bothered me because I wasn't realizing that he would understand, that he needed some explanation of where he's going and why his mother's putting in a car with a strange person. So
Jan says, forgive her, Steve. And I just did before I saw your comment. So of course I forgive her for that.
Okay. Okay, well, that's good. Yeah.
Because that's in the past, and I would never hold anything against her from something in the past that she has no way to change. That's like in our marriage, Carol and I, we never say to each other, "You should have," because that just makes the other person feel bad about
Uh-huh.
something that they have no way to change, the past history. So
Because
that's a
it
horrible thing to say, and I would never say anything like that.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So you remember that vividly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, and it turned out that was really a good experience. That was a nice school. I had checked out the school. I knew it was a good school, nice teacher. I had good feedback.
Sonia's on here. She says, "Were you Ferberized?" What? I don't even know what that means. I'd have to Google that, Sonia.
Oh, were you Ferberized? What is
Yeah.
Ferber?
I don't know.
I shall have to answer that question.
Yeah, Sonia, tell us what that means.
Yeah, right. Okay, so that was very vivid, very vivid.
Yeah. But you're enjoying the book?
Oh yeah, the other day what I did was I just went through the whole book, and I had some paper, and the ones that I was thinking for the future, I was making markers like this. But what happened was, I'm sure this one I was going to talk about today, the paper slipped out. Isn't that funny? The paper was slipping out. So then what I did was I looked to see page numbers. And
Yeah,
the book,
okay.
I can tell you, the book does not have page numbers.
Oh, Jan.
Because the paper was slipping out. So if that didn't work, I was going to write down the page number. But there's no page number.
Well, you're going to have to, you could write in page numbers.
Right, I can
It's a
do
nice
that.
project for you with the
That's right.
colored pencils, doing a different color for every page.
Oh, I have to do that because the way the book is, the book didn't want to hug these pieces of paper that I was putting in. So then I had to go look for them all over again.
All right, so Tom Morris is here, and he says, the Ferber method, or Ferberization, is a technique invented by Richard Ferber to solve infant sleep problems.
Oh,
It involves baby training children to self-soothe.
oh, that's interesting.
So get in the car and you'll be fine. Oh.
Oh,
Tom says, no wonder you're such a smart guy, Steve. Thank you. The apple owes a lot to the tree.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yep, that's a good one.
That's a very good one. Tom Morris, I like you, Tom.
And so Sonia is answering that lets the babies cry it out for a certain amount of time. It's still somewhat controversial.
I'm talking about crying. What I remember about crying is when Steve was going off to college and he was going to be living away from home for the first time. He was going to be on his own, and his mother is in the bathroom putting on her makeup. And in those days, she wore eyelash, mascara, and all that eyeshadow. And I'm putting on the eyeshadow, and I'm crying, and the eyeshadow is running down my face because I was very emotional that the kid is leaving. He's grown up and he's leaving. He's going to be on his own. I remember that.
Well, this was good, Ma.
Oh, that's good. It was a surprise to me.
Oh, well, perfect timing. Why don't you get that call and we'll say goodbye to everybody.
Oh,
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Goodbye, everybody.